Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel where we get you on the grind and improve your mind. So in this video, we're going to talk about the lesson of the ending of The Godfather Part 2. Let's get into it. Alright, guys, so if you've not seen The Godfather Part 2, or like Part 1, Part 2, you should watch them both together, back to back. If you have not seen it, what's wrong with you? Simple as that. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
So we're going to talk about why the ending is so important. So basically at the end, spoiler alert, Michael Corleone, right? He has his brother killed because basically betrayed him by giving out his information. Bad guys tried to assassinate him. Long story. Watch the movie. So in the end, Michael Corleone, he's kind of just like, he's wiped out because he just killed his brother. Got his brother killed. And that was someone that he loved, family, right? And at the end, he's just like, bruh, what did I do? And so he's sitting there, and he has this flashback, right, where he remembers all the good times with his families all together. They're enjoying, and this is like set for like right in the beginning of World War II. So Michael Corleone's going to go to war, and they're like, "What's wrong with you? What's going on?" And so it's kind of just remembering the good times. The two movies are basically about a guy who starts out pretty good, has his life together, slowly goes down a dark path, a dangerous path. And many people go throughout this in their life. So the lesson is basically to be aware of who to keep in your life and who not to keep in your life. Because I think we all have this fear of being alone in the end. So in the end of The Godfather Part 2, Michael Corleone is literally alone. He loses everything and everybody he loved, Most of his family's dead. Like dad, brother, other brother got assassinated. And his sister is just unhinged. So basically, he loses all these things throughout his life, and it's very important to know when to stop, who to get rid of in your life, and who to keep. A lot of people cut people off for certain reasons or no reasons, and it's very important to understand the value of how you live your life and how you should live it.
You also got to look at it this way, because especially in the movie, there's a lot of traditionalism with the Italian lifestyle. And I know this because half of my family is Italian. So literally watching the ending of the movie gives me flashbacks of like my family pretty much talking and like sitting at the table and stuff and all that fun stuff, because it's the traditionalism of Italians. And so like you could put it in your own perspective based upon your background. But since I am part of the Italian culture, if you want to call it that, like the way that the characters are portrayed and everything is very spot on in that culture, and they do want to, like, especially in that flashback, they do want to see you do something in the future. They want to pretty much put things in place for you, but Mike didn't want that. Mike wanted to do the things on his own, but everything that happened later into the end of the movie, and he, killed his brother and everything, and he's all messed up. Either if you wanted to take that path, things could have been so much different, and that's probably one of the things that he could have been pondering in that ending scene. Like, what if he didn't go to war and he did go with whatever his family thought was best for him? It's a whole bunch of different aspects that you can put into your mind. But you would want to do the things that you want to do, of course. The things that you want to do is very important to you, not just what other people want you to do.
Yeah, it's very important to really know who you should basically keep in your life. And Michael Corleone ended up being alone in the end, pretty much, right, as we said before. I think a lot of people question this, whether when they get old in life, who's going to be there when I die, and who's going to... It's a lot of philosophical questioning in your mind. Who should I keep around? Who will I... That's why, for example, I'm very iffy on having kids, because at the same time, you have kids, right, you have legacy, and they end up having... You have kids, and then possibly they have kids, and then the cycle continues, and one day you're an old man. And if you don't have kids or you don't have family, you may question sometimes, well, am I going to end up alone? Because who's going to be taking care of me when I get old and not able to walk anymore? Am I going to be solo forever? So these are questions that we all have to think about and really understand. And, nothing's really in a rush, but it's something to really think about, whether in the future, what friends will remain, what friends should you keep in your life. It's basically strategically analyzing who should be in your life and who should not be. Michael Corleone made the grave mistake killing one of the only people who seemed to be... Because in the one scene, in the flashback, Fredo was his brother. Was the only one that was supportive of him doing what he wanted, to go into war and enlisting in the Marines. He was the only one that actually wanted him to actually go in. And he's understanding that, he killed the only one that was really supportive of him. And the only one that was, had his back. Even though he technically didn't in the movie because he tried to have him killed, so that's a whole other argument. But... just him reflecting on, getting rid of people that maybe he should not have. Sometimes we are quick to get rid of someone, based on maybe false accusations, or maybe you have a friend group and then someone spread a rumor or something, and then you made a big deal about it, and then you just cut your friend out. Maybe your friend was innocent, maybe he wasn't innocent. It's something to be aware of, and something to really, it's about critical thinking skills and about who provides the most value to you and who should remain in your life. Michael Corleone ends up regrets killing his brother like that, and it's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. Certain people may not have to go too quickly, but some definitely do. Let's be real. You have to cut out all the negative people in your life, but sometimes it may not be the best to get rid of someone. Yeah, guys, at the end of the day, it's a very interesting story about a family who goes down the deep end. We might, in the future, do like a part 2 to this, more analyzing of The Godfather. Maybe there might be more things that we can go into. But we wanted to tackle the ending, sort of, and what it means to really be alone. Is it okay being alone? Is it important to have people with you? Because in the end, Michael Corleone really had no family left in the end. So it was very, and it really sparked a lot of regret in him, and it made him very depressed. So you really should, understand who to keep and who not to keep in your life. And understand that family is very important, and sometimes not all family is blood, but sometimes you really need to appreciate who you do have and who does have your back, and make sure that you could maybe give some love back to the world and see if it can give you some more. So that's my message for today. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit the like button. Comment if you have any thoughts on the movie or any thoughts on this lesson about being alone, and comment your thoughts on it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and we're going to see you guys in the next video.